I I take on a lot of times I take on a lot of the burdens of other people. A lot of you know.
Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification to become part of the Transplant Helper community.
Well, good morning. Today is what I describe as a hat day. And if you're not familiar with a hat day when it concerns me or perhaps someone else like me, I don't wear hats very often, okay? I really just don't wear hats very often. The only reason you might find me in a hat would be mainly because I've got a lot to do. And so I'm up early and I'm very busy and I'm just not taking the time to take my morning shower. I'm a morning shower guy. I'll shower at night if I don't get one in the morning or what have you, or maybe the middle of the day, but I'm a morning shower guy. And if I've chosen not to take that morning shower and I've got a lot to do, then sometimes it's a hat day. And today is a hat day. But there are other reasons why I have what I have self-determined as a hat day. And most of the time that comes down to the fact that I'm just not feeling well, okay? And I'll admit this morning I've got a little bit of a leftover, kind of an aching migraine here in my right temple. Now, I've been dealing with migraines my entire life, so that's nothing new. It's nothing out of the ordinary that I would wake up with the remnants, of, if you will, of a migraine, and I do have that this morning, so I've gone ahead, taken a little bit of medicine to kind of take the edge off of that. I do have medicine on board in case my migraine attempts to come back on me. I can take that, so I'm not really that worried about it. I'm going to stay hydrated today. I'm going to try to keep moving. And I'm going to go out and get some sunshine in spite of the fact that my eyes are pretty sensitive this morning. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do what I need to do in order to get past that. And if that were my only issue today, if that were my only problem, it might not be a hat day. However, there's another reason why I sometimes have hat days, and it doesn't have to do with how I feel physically. It just has to do with how I feel emotionally. And that's why I wanted to stop and share with you today. There are days that I talk about with you having good days and bad days. And a lot of those days are physical. A lot of those days have to do with whether or not I have the energy, the stamina, the go-gettedness, if that's a word, to do what I need to do during the day. And sometimes I have bad days that are actually a result of having a really good day the day before. You know, you do too much, you pay the price. I've talked about that before. But again, this is kind of an emotional type thing. And I can't explain it. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily depressed by any means. I'm not depressed. I'm happy. I've got joy. I've got my family, my children. I've got them in the other room playing. They're going to be back. We're going to get together in a minute and play. I think we're going to sit down and play Barbies. I'm going to sit down with them and do that. But I don't know. It's not really related to that. It's just some days I just don't feel like I've got it. You know, some days there's just something missing. And I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that I take on a lot of times I take on a lot of the burdens of other people. A lot of you know, as a friend, as a member of the community, as a viewer, if you will, I take on a lot of your burdens, and I do that because I want to. Okay, I'm not regretting that. I'm not feeling bad about it. I'm certainly not upset about that. But I do that because I want to. I want to be there for you. I want to help you. I want to assist you. I want to be there to give you that hand, to answer your questions, to, you know, sometimes to be a shoulder to cry on, to be someone who can encourage you, someone who can be honest with you, which is more like what this is, to be honest with you, say that, hey, every day won't be perfect. You're going to have up days, down days, good days, bad days. You're going to have days when you just poof, and you're just not ready for everything. Maybe that comes in because of the challenges you've met in the past, and you're just tired sometimes, just drained emotionally. Maybe it comes down because, you know, one thing's led to another. For me, again, some of this I know, I'm just admitting, has to do with the fact that I take on the feelings, the empathy, the sympathies of others. And I've seen several people as of late who are friends of mine, who've lost loved ones, who've lost family members to tragedy, and that's been hard. I've seen 2 to 3 different people I met over the course of the last 6 to 8 months that their transplant journeys just aren't going well. They've had an unsuccessful transplant, if you will, to this point. And watching that happen hurts, because I know what success I've had, and I know the successes that many of you have had, the majority of you have had. And it just hurts when it doesn't work that way for some. I had a person reach out to me last night. They live over in California, so they didn't know this, but it was after midnight. I don't mind that at all. Okay, I'm available 24/7, but they reached out after midnight last night for me. And we're talking to me about the situation they're in, waiting for transplant and trying to be listed for transplant, and the bumps in the road that they're already involved in that may hinder them from receiving a transplant. And I talked with them for a while. I was glad to do that. And I was glad to hear their ultimate positive attitude and their outlook. But at the same time, you know, I hurt for that person, for that family. I hurt for them because, man, I know the struggles that can be involved. I know what I went through. I know what so many have been through, but I know also the comparison. If you're a transplant recipient, you've been there, done that like I have. You've seen times where you thought you had it rough, and then you walk down the hallway and you just happen to glance in that patient door. They're on that transplant floor, so you know they're dealing with similar things, but you see their condition, you see their families, and you see the pain that their families are in, and the emotions that they're dealing with, and you think to yourself, man, I really need to count my blessings. I've really got it made. And you know, I think today maybe is a day for that. Maybe I'm not feeling 100% up to par, because today is my day to reflect on the goodness and the blessings that I have, and to be better prepared tomorrow, maybe to help other people, to continue to assist and to help the best way that I can. But yeah, I'm just not feeling up to it today. I'm just a little off. I don't know. I know how I'm going to deal with it. I've already mentioned that. I'm going to get ready in just a minute. I'm going down. One of my children just stuck their head in the door a while ago anyway, but I'm going to go down and just sit on the floor and have some girl time with my 3 little girls and spend some time with them. My son, when he gets out of bed in a little bit, do something with him, find a way to keep rolling and go outside, enjoy the sunshine. And I know today is going to improve throughout the day, but I also know there are days when it really doesn't improve much, but I'm good with that too. And that's what I wanted you to realize and to share with you, is that when I talk about good days and bad days, that doesn't always mean my heart rate's up or my blood pressure's down or you know, I've got a migraine, or it doesn't mean that. Sometimes it doesn't mean total out depression. However, I've dealt with some of that, but it just means that it means this ain't easy, folks. It ain't easy. And I'm blessed, very, very, very blessed to be 9 years post-transplant now and had much success. Just a few little issues, a few bumps in the road, my aortic valve replaced, a little bit of cirrhosis of the liver, you know, just some osteopenia, which is pre-osteoporosis, you know, just a little things that are so common. But I'm not dealt with anything major, and I'm thankful for that. But, you know, sometimes I'll say this. Let me put it this way, and I'll let you go. I know for a fact that sometimes we need, and I said we need to have a low day so we can enjoy the highs. Sometimes you need a valley so you can appreciate the peak. You need a bad day to appreciate a good day. And so that's why I'm thankful for every day. And I'm thankful to be able to spend some of those days with you. So I know this has been kind of a ramble, but let me encourage you that if you're having a bad day, accept it. I mean, just go with it. Maybe share that with someone. Let them know. And then maybe they'll be there to help. And maybe they'll be there to encourage you. And maybe they'll pull you up and such. But if not, then just take where you are today, wherever that is, and put all the effort and courage and strength that you can into it, and you make it the best that it can be. And you keep your focus on God and on His ability to help and to assist above everyone else or anyone else. And you stick with Him. And if you stick with him, he'll stick with you. And today can become a really good day. Stay stronger, friends.